The biggest takeaway I took from that is that he said Owen Flores hopefully back for the playoffs, which is scary. Owen has really been what has, obviously the 2 seasons that he's been here have been awful. I can't imagine how much worse they would have been without him. There's nights where he's hung up to dry. Last season, he must have set the record for most games with 50 shots again, And this season, well, they've given up the most goals, so you could lead that to say that Owen hasn't been good. We watch every game. There's so many games when he has it's not so much the amount of saves, it's the big saves at certain times that he makes. He has a knack for making the big save or breakaway stop when the team needs it. And obviously when the losses kind of pile up, the goals just kind of go in. But he's such a competitor, and I also feel bad for Humphries. We saw him when he started on the road, a couple amazing saves, had a really good performance in his career opener. But then when he came back home, pressure's on a little bit up against Kitchener, if memory serves.
Yep.
I felt bad for him. And what happens is that you're going to put him in now. Maybe he's not fully ready to be a starter. Imagine they go in with him in the playoffs, maybe it can derail things for a goaltender, right? Like it's to be a goalie. Everyone said that you got to be kind of crazy to be a goalie, right? Like just the nature of the position. And I hope it doesn't hurt his confidence too much because he is a fantastic goalie prospect, and he is definitely the goalie of the future for the Ice Dogs. But might start a little early. And my goodness, for the guys that have battled all season long, I hope Owen gets in the net for the playoffs for him. He was the starting goaltender on the worst team for 2 years, ate every loss, every bad game, finally gets a chance in the playoffs to end his career as an overager. And if he's just hurt, it's super unfortunate.
Yeah, we saw that play in Brantford or against Brantford. It was just an insult to injury, them losing the game, and then having their starting goaltender have to be carried off the ice. It's just unfortunate because obviously Charlie Robertson, as he said there, season-ending surgery for him as well. So Matt Humphries coming up from the OJHL. Welcome to the OHL. 6 games in, you're the starting goalie on a team that's trying to secure their first playoff berth since the 2018-19 season. Right in the thick of things, going through a tough stretch right now. So not the easiest of situations. Thrown into the fire for Matthew Humphries as a 16-year-old goalie that they're so high on as a third rounder. And Ben even said in that Brampton game, he had stretches where you could tell that this guy has the potential to be a starting goaltender in the Ontario Hockey League. But again, he's just so green and so young that he's getting this valuable learning experience on the job, and maybe it's going to help him as he goes into his third year. But again, they're going to need to get him some veteran help, for next season, especially the next 2 seasons when they're going to be in their championship window. But if Matt Humphries can, right the ship and at least keep them above water at 500 going into the playoffs, it looks like Owen Flores is going to be ready sometime in March from that timetable that Ben's kind of outlining there about round playoff time, which would be the end of March at the beginning of April. So at least it's not, like he said, it's not the worst news, but it's not the best news. But, missing their number 1 and number 2 goalies right now is just really hard to overcome.
No, absolutely. And that goes for any team, I mean, you're on your third string goaltender. Essentially, every team's going to struggle a little bit there, right? So, it's unfortunate, but I think that over the next few weeks, I think that now knowing that if he plays bad, it's not like they're just going to go back to Flores. There's a calming in the fact that this is you. It's up to you. There's no one else coming. So you got to figure it out, and maybe that helps a little bit.
Do you think we ever see either Lincoln Stinson Kurtz, Hayden Jeffrey, or Finn Moffitt in a game if Matt Humphries is available to go?
If we get to that point, then then that is the losing streak is exceptional, and there's a loss in confidence from the team, and that's something that I hope we don't see, because again, from someone who's so young as a goaltender, you can see goalies that give up goals when they don't have confidence, right? And that you don't want to see, right? So I hope no. I'm going to say no. But again, you have a 16-year-old who can play 14 straight games, Probably not. So we will see. I would bet that we will see another goalie, but I don't think it'll be a lack of, I don't think it'll be because of a lack of confidence.
Maybe they close out the playoffs and that last game against Barrie, maybe they just play someone else, or Flores is back by then. But again, just when a guy's played 44 games and Owen Flores has been your Iron Man, it's a little bit deflating, but hopefully the team can rally around Matt Humphries, which, they already have after a couple big saves in Brampton. They all, came up to him, and they know that, that they're going to have to really rely on this guy down the stretch. And it's just going to be tough. Like you said, no team going to their third string goalie is going to have the easiest time in the world. But again, if Matt Humphries, continues to develop well, continues to play good at stretches, it's only going to help him with this team moving forward the next 2 years as the possible starting goaltender.